going to see today a quick demo of Silver. What we have here is our C-code ECU, which we'll demo today. You can see the C-code loaded into Visual Studio. This ECU has been tailored, meaning that all hardware dependencies have been cut off so that it can be easily virtualized. All we have to prepare now is a configuration file for our tool SPS build. This tool requires Visual Studio or a similar compiler. You need to point it to the directories which include the source code for your virtual ECU. You can give it a base A12 file. This is the A12 files which you will actually use for your physical ECU, and will be converted to an A12 file which you can use on your Windows PC. You can define tasks which should be called in your ECU, so they can be either initial tasks, periodic tasks, or event-triggered tasks. And then you just need to define what the inputs and the outputs to the ECU will be in Silver. After that, it's just a matter of running a simple command. You just have to run SPS build pointed to the configuration file ecu.sbs, and in here we have also the target for the 64-bit ECU. We can also do a 42-bit ECU if it's necessary, but Silver is a 64-bit application now. After we run this command, we have our ECU ready in Silver in the form of a DLL. In this case, we have two DLLs. One is the engine control unit and one is the transmission control unit, running in a closed loop with a plan model in the FMU format. So in Silver, it's very easy to define a GUI which is representative to your vehicle which you're developing. We can start the car, put it into drive, press the accelerator pedal, and sure enough it will drive. So everything is running in closed loop. We can stop at any time, go through the simulation step by step. We can inspect signals, see certain values which we're interested in, and create all sorts of GUI elements. Another thing which is very good is we can debug this simulation by attaching the debugger from Visual Studio and actually debugging the source code. So in case we have a problem, let's say, with some control software, we'll select a bit of code which we want to debug. Let's say somewhere here where we set the idle speed, put a breakpoint in the code. Then we simply attach to Silver. Okay, attaching now. Once it is attached, we just run Silver, and as soon as the DLL will hit this point in the code, the simulation will stop, and now we can debug it in Visual Studio and actually go step by step through the simulation. And we can look at values of variables in Visual Studio, see what's wrong with our problem, check memory addresses and all that. After we're done, we just detach and continue the simulation. Thank you. That's all from QTronic.